So my background is in language reclamation or language revitalization. And to all indigenous people out there, I don't know if you're like us, but we have white guys saving our language. They killed it, so they might as well save it. Anyway, having allies is a good thing as long as they listen, learn, know their place, decenter themselves. Our white guys, not so much. They've basically taken all of our language, our intellectual property, rewrote it into their writing system, and are now selling it back to us. Because this seems fair, right? Selling a marginalized people's language back to them. They also talk on behalf of it, making us somehow appear deficit. You're losing your language. You could be the last generation to speak this language. That's an odd way to describe targeting, murdering, killing, assimilation. Words are funny, huh? Every day when I wake up, I look in the mirror, but I don't see it. But there must be an invisible sign that only white people can see that says, "Save me," or "needs to be saved." So our language revitalization gets a little ridiculous sometimes. We call our elders Wichachtala, which is a man whose wisdom has fully bloomed that we love, and Winuchtala, a woman's whose wisdom has fully bloomed that we cherish. A little different than old man and old woman. But recently, we realized that even though they have generations of language, wisdom, kinship, history, we don't need them. We have the greatest gift that God has ever given anyone, white men. And our sacred white men now know our language better than our elders. This somehow happened in the last 10 to 15 years. There must have been a fight or something. We don't know exactly what happened, but white men came out victorious, apparently. Or at least that's what they're telling everybody. And now they're defining our language for us. Even the word we use, Washicu, even the word we use to describe them. So our white guys found some written documents written by other white guys like 100 years ago. And this somehow came to be the authority. Our term, Washicu, if you ask any elders, they'll say Washi is bacon fat or fat, and Ichu is they take it. This is what the elders say. Our white guys are not okay with this term. So they wanted to school us that, however, we have to remember that an older pronunciation of the word, they know the older pronunciations of the words better than we do, of course, because these documents, that bacon fat is not correct for Washicu. And if you continue reading this article, this, one of our sacred white men, floated a hypothesis that a tribe not even close to us, that we borrowed their word for hairy beard. That is some Simone Biles level mental gymnastics. I was actually impressed by that mental leap. We're certainly reaching new heights of white fragility and privilege. So this white man took a word that we used to call white people and defined it and floated a random hypothesis and took the fat of the word for themselves. And I could only think of one word to describe all this: Washicu.